Hello, YouTube. It's Course, aka Corey P, aka me. Just uh, wanted to give you another video. This is another day. Excuse me. I was scratching all this dandruff out my hair. Not that you wanted to know that, but I mean I have this horrible dandruff buildup. Ill. And yeah. Sometimes my scalp gets really itchy, and it's just like. And then after that, I'm going to wash and lubricate my scalp, and it'll be all better. But this is the nasty but yet kind of fun part, because like I don't know, if anybody who has a really dry scalp like I do, but when that shit itch and when you be scratching it with this comb, oh, it feels like heaven. So that's why I'm kind of like, yeah, get it, because it feels good. But anyway, I want to talk because I'm also like I'm doing laundry, and I took a break from putting in my resume today. I've been doing it since forever, especially after they, drastically cut my schedule. I've just been every day I get up, sending in resumes, filling out applications. And girl, like today I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a break, give myself some playtime. You got to do that every now and then. And what was I about to say? Oh yeah, but I was catching up on Basketball Wives LA. I'm not really into the show. Like, I was barely into the Basketball Wives with Tammy and all those hood rats. I just caught a couple of episodes. Like, my friend, she turned me on to it. But LA, it's just like, ugh. This season is full of unnecessary drama. Like, I feel like they're trying so hard to have drama that the drama that they're having is so unnecessary. But it's still very entertaining. But it's just very unnecessary. It's like the A-list in that sense. It's like just a lot of unnecessary drama. But what can you do? Because they're all trying to keep that show. It's TV, so you got to keep it interesting. If you don't, nobody's gonna want to watch you. And in this day and age, you got to do everything, because people nowadays, they have ADD like a motherfucker. So I've been watching it, and one of the characters that I like that nobody else likes is Tanya. She's bougie as hell. Like, she is. Like, I'm not denying that she is very much a bougie princess, a snooty fox, if you will. But like, I was watching episode 2, and it was the fight between Laura and Malaysia, where they were just fighting like a bunch of hood rat hookers, like, a bunch of hood rats fighting over government cheese. Like, girl, they were fighting like they were in the streets. And everybody's jumping in. Excuse me, my head is itching. Oof, right there. Yeah. Everybody's jumping in, and Tanya just kind of sits there like, she kind of looks away, and she looks at her nails, and she looks at the table. And a lot of people are just like, why is she just sitting there like ain't nothing happening? And you know what? At first I was like, damn, I like how this bitch just sitting there ain't doing shit. But at the same time, I kind of understand why she did what she did. It's like, girl, y'all are all grown as women. Like, y'all are women, and you got children. Like, you have husbands and children, and you're fighting like two high school whores, fighting over who fucked the star basketball player and who's the boyfriend. Like, that's pretty much, or like you're fighting over, oh, I heard that you was talking shit about me in the lunch line. Like, that was like, it was on that level. And it's like, you know, and everybody's like, why don't you jump in, and why didn't you jump in and help? Girl, I kind of agree with Tony. Like, girl, I just got my hair done, my nails done, I got my cute shit on. I'm not jumping in nobody's fight. I mean, if y'all want to sit and fight like a bunch of hood rat hookers, you go right ahead, honey. Like a bunch of gutter butt trollops, that is all on you. Now, I probably would have like acted like, oh, girl, don't, no. I probably would have did that, just to say that, hey, I said don't, I said no. They didn't listen. Oh well, you know, like, ooh, excuse my itch too. Ooh, get in it, get in it, get in it. Oh, but Yeah, it's like, come on, like, I kind of understand where she was coming from, even though she didn't quite explain it the way I would have explained it, because I would have simply been like, look, honey, when because they confronted her after, it's like, you didn't even do anything. Look, bitch, like, y'all grown. And I would have sat both of them down, like, I'm not, I don't know what the beef was, but look, y'all grown. It's better ways y'all could have handled that. I understand that sometimes, your emotions get involved and you just can't help it. Sometimes you just react. You're human. Shit happens. But at the end of the day, we're grown. We're women of color and we're in public. And as a woman of color, as women of color, that shit don't look cute. And it's like you can't even sit in a nice restaurant and just have a conversation or have a friendly, healthy debate without somebody pulling weave. Like, come on. It's like we're grown as women of color. We have to really like do better. Like that's I would have just simply explained it to them like that. And like, I just didn't want to be associated with that. Like, I'm sorry, it's nothing against you too. Individually, you guys are great. But in that situation, no, I'm not jumping in a fight. And then on top of that, you guys were fighting. It wasn't like an argument where I could have mediated. You guys were throwing shit, throwing bows, throwing fists, laying hands. I'm not jumping in the middle of that, honey. Because if somebody hits me, then we all be some fighting motherfuckers. No, let you fight that out. Like hey, it was between y'all two. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And I would simply just said it like that. Now, you know, next time you'll do better. Like the saying says, if you knew better, you do better. So now you know. Now next time, do better. Thank you. Next, that's how I would have handled that. Like, but Tanya didn't explain it like that. She was just kind of like, doing her Zen Tanya thing, and I kind of understand people saying they were like, it was a lot of quotes from self-help books, but at the same time, it was like I got what she was trying to say. She just didn't say it. Like, you got to break it down for these bitches because they kind of simple. No offense to them. I'm not calling them I did just call them simple, but they acting like why would she do that? Why didn't she help? Okay, break it down for them, honey. We're grown. I don't have to jump in nobody's fights. Okay, like I'm not jumping in a fight. Like, no, I'm not jumping between anybody because you're angry, you're hitting, you're pushing. No. And on top of that, we're in public and people are looking and they're just like, oh my God, look at these black bitches. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm one less black bitch that has to be talked about today. I'm going to sit here. Just ghetto. Like she said, just ghetto. And I mean, I have my bougie moments, and that would have been one of those times I would have had a bougie moment because that shit was plain sedity, and I mean not sedity, but plain old hood rat behavior. That was just hood rat behavior. It wasn't cute. I mean, it's just like, like I said, I understand sometimes when you get in an argument, you get emotional, you get riled up, things happen. But when it results to blows, why everybody gotta jump in your shit, honey? Look, take, when the shit escalated, I am not gonna lie, Tanya did. She sat down. She was just like, But I mean, why are you getting on her? She wasn't fighting. She didn't instigate anything. Why you got? I don't blame her. Like, I'm gonna get in the middle of that shit. Garcon, I need another bottle of wine. Like, that would have been me. Excuse me, waiter. Yes, I need another white Zinfandel. Thanks. Moving right along. Yes, that would have been me. So that's, but as I'm watching the show, and then another thing that I don't like is how they're so judgmental against Drea. Now this chick, I forget her name, Aisha Iyanla, whatever the fuck her name is, she is just real hard on Drea. Imani, that's her name, girl. I had to look on the site. Imani is her name, and she's just really hard on Drea because she feels like because Drea used to be a stripper, used to do all these things, that she should be apologetic to her and about the whole situation. She's like, and she's just not apologetic, and that just bothers me. I mean, well, okay, you have hangups about being a stripper. She doesn't, and that doesn't mean that she's automatically a whore. It just means that like what you deem, like, I get what Imani is talking about. Like, oh, okay, you know, she basically thinks that she doesn't value herself, which means she doesn't really value anybody else, have respect for anybody else. And it's not that, I mean, Drea just said, I did it. I don't have to do it anymore. It was a job, and it was a way to make quick and easy money. And I did it. I mean, she was very like candid about it. Like she wasn't going. And I can respect that. I personally wouldn't be a stripper either if I was a girl, and I would just worked at McDonald's or whatever until I got on my feet or whatever the case may be. But she stripped. She showed some titties. She flapped the ass cheek. Okay, like it's not uncommon. Like she said, but Imani, excuse me, feels like, oh, she should be apologetic about the whole situation. And I'm personally like, well, girl, who are you? Like, you're not my mother. You're not God. I don't have to answer to you. And then, she was talking about all those rumors that Drea was an abusive mother and a neglectful mother. And when Drea, because they're like, no, that's not the case. It was just because of my high profile, relationship with Chris Brown. A lot of people were attacking me and putting out any and every little story they could find, whether it was true or not. And so Imani's whole thing is, well, you didn't bring any papers, you didn't bring any proof. Once again, girl, who are you? You're nobody. You're a bitch who married a basketball star. I'm sorry, like, not to sound stank about it, but that's pretty much all you are. You're nothing. You're not DFACS. Well, I don't know what they have in LA, but Atlanta is DFACS, or Department of Family and Children Services or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? You're not that. You're not anybody where I have to show you paperwork and proof and all this shit. Girl, who are you? You asked me, I told you. Okay, girl, that wasn't true. My son lives with me. He goes to school in my district. He lives in my home. I provide for him. We're fine. We're straight. Bam. You know, like, girl, if you can't believe, if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. You don't have to. I don't really give a fuck. Like, so personally, I think Drea needs to just, like, really set that bitch straight. Like, look, ho, like, I'm sorry that you feel threatened by me. Like, listen, I don't want your man, okay? Like, I'm just a young woman trying to make it in the city. Like, I got my own shit going on. I'm a glamour model. I fucking host parties. I don't need your man or your man's money to get anywhere in life. Me and my kid, we're straight. I got this. Like, it's like I'm just like getting like somebody, like, I just really think a lot of these ladies are just overstepping. Like, she needs to show proof. Girl, who are proof of what? Like, okay, if you don't believe me, you don't believe me. It's fine. Like, my son's still at home. I still got my shit going on. Like, girl, I don't need you to believe me. I'm living, I'm working, I'm breathing, regardless if you believe me or not. So, what the hell? So, honey, yes, I'm getting caught up. I'm episode 4 now, or 5. I think that I'm right at the wedding. And then I'm at the episode where they were debating whether they should even invite Drea to the wedding. Oh, and they invited her to the fucking bachelorette party. And, like, when she gave her gift, which was like a pocket pussy and some lube, and she was just telling her how to use it. It's just for her husband when you're away and he wants to whack off. This is like your own little thing that you guys can have. And everybody was just like, why did she get that gift? It's a bachelorette party. Didn't one of y'all bitches give her a vibrator, like, and edible panties? Why not a pocket pussy and some lube? She didn't give you a mold of her pussy. She gave you a pocket pussy. Come on. And she even told you how to use it. Like, she was helping you out. Anyway, and they just kept making little shady remarks. When she was like, oh, thank you, I'm having a good time. Oh, of course you are, Drea. When there's strippers involved, of course you're having fun. See, like, I can't stand shit like that. Because, girl, if you really feel this type of way, honey, you should just speak it, say what you got to say, and then don't deal with me. I prefer you just not deal with me. Anyway, I'm about to finish the rest of my marathon. I just had to stop and make a video because I was on my mind. Yeah. But, anyway, deuces.